We, as Kara, engaged Kenya Power, and we have a partnership with Kenya Power to be able to bring Kenya Power to the people, so that we can discuss the challenges that we're experiencing. You know, power is a very, very important tool in the development of this country and the economy of this country. Everyone uses power, and everyone needs power to do whatever else that they are doing. Therefore, it's very, very important that our residents that we are representing across the country have access to Kenya Power, and to be able to ask questions, to be able to get their issues and challenges that they are experiencing addressed.
Last year we got to cover major towns, then it's now coming down to counties, and then we put steamer.
So mimi nikisikia Kenya Power, what I know is ina distribute na transmit electricity to their consumers.
It's about electricity, access to electricity.
Pia wale tunatumia stima kufanya biashara tunajua tuko safe. Kukiwa na blackout unapata biashara iko chini.
When I hear Kenya Power, first of all, I think of light. You know, we use Kenya Power as a source of light mainly in our homes. Like
is also a very big issue.
So those 6 stations ensure that Kakamega is well served. We have a distribution of about 2,260 transformers serving our various customers in the county. We have 2 major lines serving Kakamega town. We have a line from Kisumu, and then we have the other line from Musaga.
Star 977 option 5 to for sure. Weka ID number yake, weka sub number yake. You get whether the person is real Kenya Power employee or not.
I want to congratulate you first, because recently there were a lot of power outages, power blackouts and so on, and for this time we have seen that it has improved, and hata stima ikipotea inarudi haraka. I congratulate you for that.
An energy solution provider of choice. Our mission is powering people for better lives by innovative sustainability for the business, and our mandate is there. You can see we purchase bulk power through our system operators. We dispatch the energy that is generated. We build and maintain the power network, retain and of course the customer service aspect of it, and that is where your customers come in. Overview on the Kenya Power business, because we also listed on the stock exchange. 50.1% shares are owned by GOK, that is the government. We are present in all the 47 counties and our 8 administrative regions. Kakamega here will sit in Western region. The total workforce for the staff you can see there is 10,535. And now we have a customer base of almost hitting 10 million customers in the whole country. The total energy we purchase, 7,211 gigawatts, and we do sales of about 5,506. And the percentage remaining is what we call the losses, which are factored in our business process, because we look at our distribution efficiency. Our total asset base is 385 billion as a company. So a few highlights in terms of where we are in the business. Last year we had increased capacity, an additional 12.75 megawatts during the year, and the total installed capacity for the country is 2,351 megawatts. I want to mention that now there is a process of onboarding also new players in terms of generation, so that we have an increased capacity, because you can see there we are almost hitting the peak. That is in terms of the electricity peak demand. We had the highest in August 2024 at 2,316, and you can easily see we are almost hitting peak, meaning that we need to increase our generation so that as a country we continue in attracting investors to be able to come in and utilize more energy. Customers in Western region, where we sit, Western region are the 6 counties, Kakamega, Kisumu, Vihiga, Siaya, Bungoma. We grew customer base by 44,777 customers, and our sales grew by 7.5%, from 556 gigawatts to 598, as you can see. So we have that upward trajectory in terms of sales. Our major pillars as a company, you can see there, we have financial sustainability, power supply management, of course we are people-centered and customer experience. I will talk of the first two because majorly that is where we are. We are supposed to reduce our expenses, of course bring back most of the large power consumers, improve our revenue, and develop also the other sources of revenue, including solar, fiber, mini-grids, and also keeping scenario going into consultancy. So fiber business I know is already here in Kakamega. A few of the approved suppliers for fiber. They are also rolling out slowly as we go. In terms of power supply management, we're supposed to optimize our network and move and integrate, of course, and have more enhanced systems that will make the customer experience better. But what is major to us is, of course, our people. We have values and we value culture. We endeavor to have a good working environment and, of course, performance management to increase productivity of our staff. But the last pillar here, customer experience, is where you are as customers. We are supposed to look at areas where we are supposed to improve in terms of billing, outages, connections, how we manage our complaints, how we communicate, how we relate, and how we are operating with our customers. So that is very critical to us as a company now, because it determines our brand and how we are operating in this country. So for Kakamega customers, we value a lot, and pillar 4 is our greatest area of focus. As I said, the future business outlook, we are looking at also rolling out fiber. I understand that we have already connected some DCC offices in Kakamega here, already on fiber, the digital super highway project being implemented by KPLC on behalf of the government. So we are looking to connect at least 6,000 government institutions nationwide as we move in the future. So back Kakamega home, I think I'll just have a brief overview. I know the county manager talked about this. We have 102 kilometers of the transmission network here. The transmission network will be the big towers running across Kakamega County, doing transmission lines. So of course, the node being at Musaga substation. Then on the primary substations, we have 6 number. Mumias 132 at the factory there, 33 kV. Musaga 132 to 33. Mumias town, that is Shivale, 3311 substation. We have our substation at Butere, also 3311. Ingotse, 3311. And Malemba substation here in town. So in terms of the MD network, we are talking about almost 2,000 kilometers running and about 2,252 transformers in this county. So that is a very big asset base for us, because you can imagine one transformer, the average cost is about $1 million, and we have about 2,300 by now. That's about 2.3 billion sitting here in Kakamega County. In terms of our LP network, it's about 4,500 for the region. Coming back home, in terms of the major projects we have managed to do recently, commissioned sometime last year the Mumias 132-33 kV substation by installing a transformer there, Mumias in the factory. And we managed to pull out 2 feeders, one dedicated to Butere substation, serving the people of Butere town, and one went straight to Shibale substation to serve Mumias town and environs. And those are major milestones in this county, which are really assisted to stabilize power supply in those particular areas. A few of the planned projects which the company is already looking at. The first and major one is to run a 33 kV line from Mumias. It's about 52 kilometers, costing 156 million, to come to Kakamega town here in our Malemba substation and provide alternative supply to the already existing line to Saga, so that we have what we call flexibility of supply. And of course, when there is downtime on one line, we can easily cross over to the other one. So we are very keen on this project, and once we kick it off, we should ensure in this new financial year that that is our priority. Second major project is, of course, the conductoring. A few of the figures which the areas the roads are drawn, that is Mumias and Mumias. We're also doing an interconnector between Arambe, Ida and Kumala, in Dangalasia, the other side. We're also doing a new feeder, that is a new Sigalagala feeder from Chavakali, probably to take care of, there's a new gold factory, and the customers at Sigalagala and around the Polytechnic, because there is a lot of development there. Then we have the new Rostama feeder from the Malemba substation, just to relieve the part of Shimani feeder and ensure stability, only about 4 kilometers. And those are about a few projects. In addition to that, I think it's good to mention what the manager said. We have a major project by Ketraco, which you've been seeing them around, doing a 220 kV line all the way from Kibos in Kisumu, traversing to Vihiga, substation at Kakamega area, in Malemba, and then the line goes all the way to Saga. So in a nutshell, we'll be able to access power from Olkaria directly here at Kakamega town, and we're looking forward also to that being a very major project. Of course, we can't stop talking about the 24-hour economy, the issues of street lighting, majorly funded by the national government and continued by the county governments. Kakamega here we have accumulated of about 2,000 lanterns at a cost of over 200 million shillings. The street lights which are there, and we still endeavor to do more. A few of the projects are still rolling out, so that we have the 24-hour economy running. So last year we managed to connect 10,084 customers in the county, and in the new financial year we have about 347 schemes targeting to connect also another 33,000 customers. And our total customer base here is about 182,970 in Kakamega County. Yeah, of course we can't stop by that. A few emerging issues in our business which are affecting our business performance. Issues of wage leaves and stress. I think as we do more projects, we realize that the pressure on land is too much, and at times even customers deny their neighbors the waivers for them to access power. So we are urging you, please grant waivers for any of these projects, because without doing that, as a company, we will also not grow. Number two, also, we are doing a lot of engagement before the projects are done. I know most of the major lines we try to talk, but it is a collaborative effort before projects are done. So, waivers is a major issue, and we really require your input as customers. Vandalism of our transformers and conductors, and Mumias and Navakolo areas are hardly hit because most of the time when you lose a transformer, the manager will tell you accessing the funds about 1.5 million to replace becomes a challenge. Number two, the customers of course remain without power, and we are also losing as a company because we are not selling. But the major thing we also have now is vandalism of our conductors, which actually denies us the revenue, and that one requires a lot of community engagement to be able to turn that kind of vandalism in our area. Then lastly, we have a lot of fraud, where fraudsters come posing us working for KPXC and of course the fraud customers. So this is where we really need a lot of support from both CARA and the community and any organizations which are here, so that we make the journey a little bit better for us as a company. Stolen meters, prepaid meters is also a very big issue. And then, of course, single-phase portion mills, that's why we mean nowadays it's possible to put a portion mill in your house. But how are you affecting the neighbors in terms of supply reliability? Because probably you overload the line and eventually the transformer fails, leading to everybody now losing out. Then of course we can't shy away from the illegal lines done, substandard lines done, and they end up affecting lives, unfortunately. Losing transformers is also there, but what pains us most is when we lose a life out of the illegal lines in a community. It's actually very painful. Thank you. So that is my short overview for the business in Kakamega. And on the side, we want to say that there is still a lot of opportunity for growth in this county in terms of electricity access, and that is why the government is pumping in a lot of money to connect new customers. If we manage to do another 50,000, we are still not yet there. There are some areas for sure people don't have power, and we still need everybody meter so that we are able to benefit from the sales as a company. Number two, I also wanted to clarify that we've seen a lot of focus from the county government in terms of doing industries. There is the gold factory, there is the milk processing plant, and there is also the milk factory. We also have a fertilizer company coming up on the other side of Mumias. And as a company, we are assuring them that we have enough capacity to actually supply and sustain them, and we need more of such to come up so that we are able to grow together. Lastly, what I wanted to say is that Kakamega County, there is still a lot of potential in terms of large power consumers. I know the large power and the SMEs are the ones who drive our consumption of electricity. So there is room for more industries to come in so that we utilize this power. The reason why I'm saying that is that even recently, the newly commissioned Mumias substation, 23 MVA, we are hardly utilizing even 20% of what is already installed.
We are dealing with an engineer and tufunza mambo mengi sana. Tumesema jina inaitwa FIDA. FIDA najua hilo nakuweza kutoka hapa. generator feeder, sivyo? Amesema kuhusu conductor, inajua tu conductor ni manamba. So nataka atuambie what is a feeder kwa njia ambayo tutaelewa, sivyo? What is a conductor? What is a substation? When you talk about 33 kV, 11 kV, hiyo ni nini, sivyo? So in 3 minutes, engineer, tueleze haya maneno nini? Tueleze vizuri. Then we come to question and answer.
Thank you. I see the county one engineer from Kisumu, from Kakamega laughing, so I will allow him to answer this question. Karibu Msumu. Unaweza ongea lugha ya nyumbani pia waelewa.
Good morning, team. Sorry, I came in late. We were handling some transformer repairs. We have introduced a new repair shed or workshop for transformers for Kakamega County at Amalemba. So I was having a team of substation teams. That is one of the words I'm supposed to define, substation. Power is transmitted or transported at various voltage levels. Kwa lugha yenye inaeleweka zaidi, stima inasambazwa kwa viwango vya nguvu tofauti. Kwa mfano, kuna ile waya, ile stima inasambazwa kutoka mbali sana, voltage level ya 132,000 volts inaitwa 132 kV. Alafu inapelekwa chini kwa kiwango cha 33,000 volts ambayo tunaita 33 kV kwa mahali panaitwa substation. So Mumias tuko na substation yenye inabadilisha stima kutoka 132,000 volts yenye huwezi tumia kwa nyumba ikuje 33,000 volts. Halafu hiyo 33,000 volts ama 33 kV tunapeleka tena kwa another substation ama mahali penye tunabadilisha tena hiyo kiwango ikuje 11,000 volts ama 11 kV ambayo ndio nyingi hapa ndani ya town. Hizo nyaya mnaona zinapita kwa zile poles, nyaya tatu ambazo zimekaa horizontal. Kisha chini yake sasa tunakuwa na LV line ya 240 volts, ile inaingia sasa kwa nyumba na unatumia. So substation kazi yake ni kubadilisha kutoka voltage level ya juu ikuje voltage level ya chini yenye inaweza tumika kwa nyumba. Conductor ndio hiyo wire yenye inatumika kubeba hiyo stima. So we call it a conductor. It's a conductive material. And then there was another one, feeder. Asante sana. Sasa kwa substation ambapo tumebadilisha nguvu ya umeme kutoka kiwango kimoja cha juu hadi cha chini, inabebwa kutoka kwa hiyo substation. Kama Amalemba pale mnaona kuna mjengo wetu pale ambao kutoka hapo kuna waya nyingi sana zimecross barabara, nyingine kaenda Shinyalu, nyingine kaelekea Mkumu, nyingine kakuja Lubao, nyingine kaingia hapa Milimani. Hizo nyaya ambazo zinatembea sana sana tatu kule juu kabisa zinaitwa feeders. So unaweza pata line moja ile ambayo tumeweka ikuje serve University Milimani hapa kuelekea upande wa Lurambi, hiyo tunaita university feeder. So that's it. Hiyo kikundi cha nyaya ambazo zinasambaza umeme kuelekea upande fulani tunaita feeder ya kuelekea huko. Kuna feeder ya kuelekea Shinyalu ambayo inasambaza umeme kutoka hiyo substation kuelekea kule Shinyalu. Asante.
Thank you. Tupige makofi. Simu mwalimu.
I think you should do to avert the vandalism that is actually affecting most of the consumers. I would request the oil that you put in the transformers, you have a color that is very unique. A color that when it's out in the market, you will always be able to tell this oil is from a transformer. The other thing, trees that you have mentioned about, power lines that traverse where there is a thick cover should be insulated. I know it's expensive, but think of a way of insulating them. Thirdly, you should have a track of the people you have maybe sacked from your organization due to some malpractices, and you know them. Have a track them, because I know as an ordinary person would not just mount a transformer. You have talked about the kV, the voltage. Who is the ordinary person going to mount a transformer to siphon oil? That is a person working from a point of knowledge. Then before you came in with the other trade, the Ketraco, previously when it used to be the Kenya Power, the quality of posts, the trees, tree-based posts, were of good quality. But of now, I tell you, muchwa inakula hiyo miti. Not only muchwa, even the, is it wear and tear? You find, in fact, where I come from, actually, there's a tree that is supported by the wires themselves. The other thing, and the last one, I'm sure, the feedback. You have a call center. I have these numbers. I don't know, they are for Kakamega or where. 056 203 1225. The other one is 056 203 10115. The other one 0709 856 205. You call these numbers at times, there's no reply. You call these numbers at times for so long. I remember there's a time there was a transformer that actually had caught fire. I tried to get through these numbers and near Muyala Primary. There was no response. There's nobody picking until I had to get to call a staff who works with Kenya Power to contact somebody, and they responded. So at least give us a numbers that will have some response. I'm happy to inform you, *977#, at least there's a response that comes through the home office. But I'm sure this number, I don't know whether the complaints will record through 977 if it's picked in Nairobi or locally. But that one, at least there is some response. Thank you.
We have the commonest problem of trees or falling during heavy storms. And advice is that before you cut a tree, especially near the power lines, you should inform the power office. But I'm sorry to say, it is so bureaucratic. You are told to write a letter. That letter may take even a month or two, and in the process, you'll find the tree which you wanted cut with the assistance of the Kenya Power staff has already done the damage. So something should be done to reduce the bureaucracy. Another thing is way leaves. You said there are complaints on way leaves. You know, like most things in this country have turned political. Members of parliament are up and about saying 1 mile, 1 extra mile, something like that. So they don't cause enough sensitization to landowners. An MP comes maybe with his henchmen and say power shall move from here to there without even consulting the landowners before the work starts.
Okay, I come from Lurambi and we are connected with Masinde Muliro line. The two lines are not enough for the customers who are being served.
There was an issue of only two lines near Masinde Muliro. Behind Masinde Muliro is a village called Mahiakalo. So I don't know if the question is around there. Mahiakalo. Okay. Stephen, you can put up your hand. Stephen is our O&M engineer. You can stand. He's our operational maintenance engineer and will pick up that issue so that we are able to address the challenge and give you good quality supply.
First question, why do we have power blackouts when it rains. I come from Anditi. 2, there was a time they cut my trees in Ikonyero, sometime in 2019. I have reported. It was even calculated, but the compensation of just about 10,000 has taken me all that long. To date, I have not received that money.
The issue of why do we have power blackouts when it rains? It's true in Kakamega, we experience sometimes outages when it rains. This is because Kakamega, we are blessed with trees, and sometimes when it rains, we have trees that are close, not really within the line, but next to the line. When we have strong winds, sometimes we've seen those trees. When they touch our lines, we have protection systems in our infrastructure that switch off the electricity, just to ensure that the connection is safe. And that's why we appeal that when we request to cut trees, kindly allow us to cut those trees to ensure, to guarantee uninterrupted power. But of course, as one of the members said, it is good when we are in consultation and in agreement, so that you don't feel like you've been mishandled. The issue of appending compensation, that requires, maybe we will pick it up for follow-up so that we ensure that that payment is done.
My name is James Anunda. I'm a member of Kakamega County Residents Association, but my home is at Ingoze area of Navaholo constituency. I just want to highlight one point that our colleague from Shikoti touched on. This Kenya Power issue in terms of is it called last mile connectivity? There is a very big problem. I would like the staff wale wa Kenya Power will clarify the participation of politicians in the connectivity arrangement, because some of us have been long enough in this Kenya. A lot of things go wrong when you abdicate your responsibility and surrender them to the politicians. Like the Navaholo case, when you are not a person of the sitting MP, don't expect any connectivity. We have brokers there who make sure that people who don't vote for Wangwe don't get electricity.
On last mile connectivity being used by politicians, we all know that politicians like popular events. Even when something is happening and you see a politician, and because of their confidence, you may think they are the people who are doing it. So sometimes, please just come to our offices, we will tell you the truth. However, the politicians have been elected by the people. They are the legal representatives of the people. But if you feel there is any issue, let us engage so that we come in. In the last mile, we usually ensure that the scheme goes down to ward level, so that each ward benefits from the maximization. So if there is any ward that has not benefited from the last mile project, please come to our offices, let us know. We have records and we can be able to show how the last mile activities are spread within the constituency and within the county. Thank you so much, members of the public, for your feedback and for your engagement with us. We know that even to make the network work, we cannot do it on our own. We need to do it together. And together, working together, taking care of the network together, and just ensuring that the network is safe and it's in good shape, and we have good quality electricity, then we should be able to do our projects and improve our lives, and all of us at the end of the day will be winners. Thank you so much for listening to me.
Thank you very much for the participants coming over, responding to the call, so that as a community we are able to address our issues, problems in peace and mutual understanding. I am very, very happy, particularly with the explanation from Kenya Power about expansion of capacity to meet our present and future needs of power supply. I know it will indeed go a long way in not just serving us in the present, but as we grow as an economy in the county and the country at large, it will open very many avenues like industrialization, digitization, communication. All this will grow with good service from Kenya Power. Thank you very much, all of you. Thank you.
Thank you for giving my coffee. See, mengia hiyo shukrani. Yes, so I want you to appreciate your neighbor, so you can give him a high five. Put a high five. Now, thank you for adding value to this meeting.